Just going to run this dog to see if we can find any type of human remains that are left.
Listen to Where Secrets Go to Die, The Disappearance of Derek Hennigan. From the Detroit Free Press, a new podcast set in the woods of Michigan's Upper Peninsula. Available on Apple, Spotify, Freep.com, or wherever you get your podcasts.
From the Detroit Free Press, I'm Robin Chan with today's Voice Briefing. It's Wednesday, June 19th, 2024.
This is Christina Hall with the Detroit Free Press. A former Metro Detroit County clerk who went from stay-at-home mom to 4 decades as a public servant has died. Former Macomb County Clerk and Register of Deeds Carmela Sabaugh was 85. She died of natural causes with family present, according to one of her sons. The county offices she oversaw for 24 years made numerous advances and technological improvements, including putting campaign finance reports online, creating kiosks to shorten in-office wait times for things like a birth record or concealed pistol application, and efficiencies for those summoned for jury duty. Her efforts won the office dozens of National Achievement Awards. Sabaugh's name appeared on countless documents after she was first elected to the county office in 1992. But her political career began years earlier in the city of Warren, Michigan's third largest city. Sabaugh served on the city council from 1975 to 79. She was elected Warren City Clerk in 1979. She was the Democratic candidate for Michigan Secretary of State in 2006. In 2016, after decades serving at the county level, Sabaugh, then 77, withdrew her name from seeking re-election, saying she was retiring, with plans to spend time with her children and grandchildren and to visit relatives in Italy. She was born in Detroit and orphaned with 2 of her sisters in her early childhood, according to her son, who is a Macomb County circuit judge, and her online obituary. She is survived by her former husband and their 5 children, 13 grandchildren, 2 great-grandchildren, a sister, nieces, and nephews.
This is J.C. Reindl with the Detroit Free Press. General Motors will move next year from one downtown Detroit building to another when it goes from the Renaissance Center to the new Hudson site. But this move could have cost implications for state government. That's because of a potential overlap of 2 corporate subsidy programs. One is the Mega Tax Credits program, which GM has benefited from since 2009. The other is a transformational brownfield program, which the developer of the Hudson site gets benefits from. Under one scenario, that developer, which is Dan Gilbert's Bedrock firm, could get half of all the state income tax payments for the GM employees who make the move. Right now, the state doesn't have to share any of that income tax money. Exactly how many GM employees will be making the move into the Hudson site is unclear.
I'm Andrew Burkle with the Free Press Sports Department. It may be a while before you ever see him on the field, but the Michigan Wolverines potentially landed their quarterback of the future on Tuesday. Brady Hart, a top 100 recruit in the class of 2026, announced his intentions to play for Sherrone Moore in the Michigan Wolverines at the conclusion of his high school career. Hart is a 4-star recruit and the 92nd highest rated player in the country, according to 24/7 Sports. Only 6 quarterbacks are currently ranked ahead of Hart, who already stands at 6'4" and was being recruited by almost all the top dogs in college football: Florida, Clemson, Ohio State, Oregon, Penn State, and Miami, to just name a few. Hart is from Cocoa, Florida, and led his high school to a state championship and 14-1 record during his sophomore campaign. The rising junior is the first member of Michigan's 2026 class, and he will eventually join a quarterback room that is already looking a little bit crowded. As we speak, there's a battle going on for the starting quarterback position on the 2024 Michigan team, with Alex Orji, Davis Warren, and Jack Tuttle looking like the favorites to win that job. But beyond that, the Wolverines also have a 4-star true freshman in Jaden Davis on the roster, plus a commitment from high school senior Carter Smith. However, that is nothing new in the college football world. The top players want to play for the top teams, and they usually don't care who is in front of them. For now, all eyes will turn to the current Michigan roster and the quarterbacks in the room now who are trying to help Michigan defend its first national championship since 1997.
Find more from the Detroit Free Press on Freep.com. That's FREEP.com. Thanks for listening, and you'll hear more from us tomorrow.